Greenway Elementary's Makita Bly has always wanted to teach.
I can remember being smaller and sitting my cousins down and doing school. I would help them write their name. I would do spelling with them. I can always remember teaching. And I can always remember my relatives saying, oh, she's going to be a teacher. She just has that gift to be a teacher. And it was always what I always did. Nice job.
She's always wanted to teach, and it didn't take her long to figure out who she wanted to teach, or rather, who she didn't.
I've taught kindergarten, I've taught mostly first grade, and I've taught high school 1 year. Yes.
Why just 1 year of high school?
Because I feel like my niche is with the little kids, not the older ones. I think every teacher has their niche, and definitely primary is mine. They're still really excited about learning. It doesn't take much to excite them. So I like the fact that I can really do so many creative things. And I think the high schoolers might think, that's too babyish for us.
Bly thinks she earned a golden apple not because she teaches, but rather she helps her students learn.
I'm hoping to say that because the kids were so engaged in learning, because that's what I want my kids to always be doing, just engaged in learning, in the learning process. I don't stand in front of the class and just teach and my kids write. The kids are always engaged in learning. So I'm hoping that was the reason why I was selected, is because my students are always engaged in the learning process and having lots of fun. 246. I think it's a privilege to be an ambassador for teachers in Marion County. There's a lot of amazing teachers in the whole county, so I'm happy just to be an ambassador for them.
She's also an ambassador for her family, a number of whom were on hand for her surprise visit.
That was a wonderful experience to share with my family, because I was a first-generation college student. And my family all did their best, but not a lot of them graduated from high school. So to see someone in our family be able to get an accolade such as this was tremendous for them. And my family is a huge support system for me and everything that I do, that it was amazing sharing that experience with them.
Oh, yay, Mama. No, you can't eat it.
In her first year as media specialist, Sarah Paris has made quite a splash. Figuratively by winning a golden apple, literally by overhauling the Wyoming Park Media Center.
Last year, once I was named media specialist, I talked with our current principal at the time, which was Valda Nisnik, and I asked her, can we jazz it up? Because it was very kind of plain, dull, kind of grayish white walls, and just, wanted to make it something very inviting. And I came to her with a color palette, and I said, I want to do the colors of the rainbow. And I just wanted to make it fun, something cheerful, something that the kids wanted to come into that would be an exciting place for them. Books are exciting, and they take us all over the place. And so this was like, let's make it into a place where they come into and they go, wow, this is great, and just kind of spark their imagination.
And then you'll use this number right here to pull up the book. You need help?
We have a very small TV room, and we just decided that it gets a little warm in there, and we decided that it would be great for the kids to be out here. We got them a desk so they look like news anchors, and they get to sit there. We have a backdrop, some stuff behind them. We try to change it out with the themes of the month and things like that.
A 13-year veteran of the classroom, Paris is still a teacher in her new role.
I see every class in the school, and the kids come in, and it's not just about, we do talk about books, talk about book care, things like that, and I do share new literature that's out, new nonfiction and stuff, but it's not just about that. I spend a lot of time talking to the kids. This month we've spent on research, and that's something that the regular classroom teacher, they have all their standards as well, and they don't always get to, okay, let's do a research project. So for them to be able to come in here, and I can walk them through all this research, is totally awesome for the classrooms and for the kids, because not just are we doing research, but we're talking about text features and where those are located in books and how those help us with nonfiction books. In the beginning of the year, we talked a lot about literature and just having a love of literature and talking about the different kinds of literature and fiction books. So I think that it's an extension of the classroom. I try really hard to collaborate with the teachers. For instance, our research projects, third grades, we're doing stars because that's what third grade's working on in science. And the kids are the ones that are going to benefit from this because they're getting so much more than just coming in and checking out a book. They get to actually learn about not just the library, but also those extra reading skills and content skills.
the Silver River Museum will be hosting an open house from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. That's free entry into the park and the museum. That's a great time to come out and see the museum exhibits if you've never been here before. And then that same evening on Thursday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. in our classroom building, which is adjacent to the museum, we have an author who's giving a presentation on Paradise Park. Her name is Cynthia Graham. She has co-authored a book that has just come out about Paradise Park. And Paradise Park was a portion of Silver Springs. It was kind of a sister park to Silver Springs during segregation, and it was strictly for African Americans. Paradise Park had pretty much everything that Silver Springs had glass bottom boats, had a reptile show, concessions, picnic facilities, and it was extremely popular.
Graham will also make a presentation on Saturday, February 20th at 1 p.m. at the Black History Museum located at the Howard Academy Community Center.
Engage in Education, it started back in 2013 with a small group of individuals that came together, and the question was asked, can we modify our current system by creating partnerships and producing results as we've never seen before, bringing groups of people together to have good conversation and build our educational system and build our community and work toward a brighter tomorrow. Whether we're talking about a student who leaves our system and would like to go to a 4-year college, a 2-year college, a technical school, if they would like to go to the military or right into the workforce, we have to provide a foundation so that that student can be successful in their next step beyond high school and really all the way down the journey of life that they'll travel.
If you would like to get engaged in education, plan on attending a special presentation by international speaker Ray McNulty on February 17th at the Klein Center on the campus of CF at 5:30.
We invite all members of our community to come out. We certainly would like to have our parents there. We need educators there as well to hear the message, and our retirees and students are welcome to attend too.
Napping is the act of cracking stone, flint, or chert in a controlled manner to make stone tools like spear points, knives, arrowheads, scrapers, axes, and it's something that prehistoric people did for tens of thousands of years before metalworking was invented. The nap-in that takes place at the Silver River Museum on the weekend of February 20th and 21st, it's an interesting event because not only is the stone tool making taking place, but there's also other crafters and artisans who are tanning buckskin, they're drilling and carving bone and shell artifacts, they're carving primitive or traditional bows and arrows, so that's taking place. We have archaeologists that come and give programs. There's a lot of hands-on activities. We're going to have archaeologists in this building with exhibits set up, but we've also put together a special exhibit of traditional archery equipment from around the world that we've borrowed from private collections and also several museum collections. The Appleton Museum of Art has loaned us material, and the Florida Museum of Natural History up at University of Florida has loaned us material.
We're here today at Forest High School here in Marion County, and I am thankful to Forest High School and especially to Miss Jennifer Pohlers of the Media Center here, who has invited us to exhibit our Pathways to Freedom exhibit. The exhibit consists of a timeline. We started really with what we call our spiritual heritage. So that's the starting point, because I do believe that it has been our spiritual heritage that has helped us as a people to navigate through some very difficult times. And then after we leave the spiritual heritage portion, we go into the African period, and we have a number of African artifacts. Some of them takeoffs, remakes, and some of them are very authentic.
Well, one of the first things I saw that I didn't know if I was going to see was the chains and stuff that they had actual on slaves, which was really felt like harsh for what they had to deal with.
And after we leave that period, we go through a timeline period that includes the period of slavery, which includes the Middle Passage. When we leave out of that, we go into the actual Civil War, and we have a number of items of that period. In fact, we have a sword that is actually from the Civil War era. We leave out of that, we go into the area of Reconstruction, right into the area of Jim Crow, into the area of civil rights. Out of that, and we even have some military firsts, such as the Buffalo Soldiers, the Tuskegee Airmen, and a number of other black military firsts that most people don't really know. When we talk about the Munford Point Marines, the Golden 13 of the Navy, the 555 Airborne Division, and so forth. As they move through, it is very, very educational, because when you learn about African American history, you learn then about American history, because the African Americans and what they brought to America is really what helped to make America what it is.
We need to do this every year because it's a great experience for Black History and Black History Month. People need to know about Black history and their ancestors and stuff, so this is a great experience.
And it gives students from every walk of life an opportunity to see that this people also was very, very instrumental in the making and the building of this nation, which we call our own.
Lanisha, you are a 20,000 shopper!
I was expecting to come in and to go shopping for all the things that I need that I do not have. And I walked into Silly String and everybody yelling, and I won this beautiful bag. Super excited.
Do you need pencils?
Yes, always tons of pencils.
Okay, this tells you how many pencils you can get.
My mother is my own personal tour guide. She showed me around and asked me everything, if I needed it or not, or if I need more of it.
We got paper clips. You need any of this?
Ooh, can I take only 2 envelopes or
yes.
2?
It's fantastic. It's awesome. Everything in here, and you get it for free, and it's amazing. Like, it's my first year teaching, so I'm super excited. I'm all bubbly.
We opened our doors in March of 2009, and at that time it was just David, Steffi, and I running the store as volunteers. And we were excited when we had 10 or 12 or 15 shoppers come in a day. So the idea that we have made it to our 20,000 shopping visit is extraordinary. We are so excited. Each year we get more and more shoppers in the store, and the more shoppers we have in the store, the more school supplies are in the hands of our students.